Next up, we're going to look at questions 3, 4, and 5. So the first thing, parabola. We talked about this at the start of class the other day. You have a few options for equations, but the important thing to remember in this form specifically is if you have your y minus k equals x minus h squared form with your 4a on the outside, your a term is going to tell you whether that's positive or negative, is going to tell you the direction you open. In this case, we have x squared, so we either are going up or down. And in this case, on the outside is asking us to go down. So the question itself is saying we need to go down, which means our a value needs to be negative. So on the outside of our parentheses here, we are looking for a negative number somewhere. And if we have that, that's going to open down. If we have only positives, again, on the outside, we don't care about the inside, just the outside. So again, if we have a negative on the outside, that would tell us that we're going down. Next, for question number 4, equation of a circle in standard form. This is our format. We are taking the information that we're given. So for example, if they tell us we have a center at 2, 4, and we have a radius with a length of 9, we would plug in 2 for h, 4 for k, and 9 for r. We'd have to be careful with our signs here. So we'd have x minus 2, we'd have y minus 4, and then we'd have r squared, which would be 81 in this case. So that would be the whole final answer. That's what we would submit. Lastly, for converting to standard form, these are our in-depth completing the square questions. So we'd have like x squared plus 4x, we'd have y squared plus, we'll say, I don't know, 8y, and then plus 2 equals 0, something like this. What our job is we're going to look for just x and just y, and then we follow these steps. We take whatever number is with just x, divide it by 2. We take our answer to that and we square it, and then that is what we are going to both add and subtract from both sides. So we'll add 4 here, and then we'll also subtract 4 here, again, on that self-contained left side. Do the same thing here with 8, divide 8 by 2. Once we divide 8 by 2, we'll get 4 squared to get 16. And then 3 is going to be adding 16 and additionally subtracting 16. So we'll add 16 here, we'll subtract 16 here. So this is what we're left with for our equation, and then now what we need to do is take each of these and factor them. So we're going to put this in a 2 by 2 box, put this in a 2 by 2 box. If you need support on those, I would go back to, I think it's Unit 5, and look over some of your notes from that. But when we do that, we'll get x plus 2 squared plus y plus 4 squared, and we'll end up with minus 18 when we put all 3 of these terms together, equals 0, and then the last step, add 18 to both sides. So final answer here, x plus 2 squared